Emily, a young woman with an affinity for solitude, found herself alone at home. The house, once filled with the comforting sounds of life, now echoed with an unsettling silence. The empty halls seemed to harbor shadows that danced in the corners of her vision, and the creaks of the old floorboards took on an eerie resonance. As night descended, Emily wandered through the rooms, each step accompanied by the memories that lingered within the walls. Forgotten photographs stared back at her, frozen moments from a time when the house was filled with laughter. Yet now, the images seemed to warp and distort, casting an uncanny pallor over the once familiar faces. In the dim light, Emily noticed the flickering of bulbs that defied explanation. The lights, once reliable companions, now played tricks on her perception. Shadows seemed to stretch and contort, and the boundary between reality and imagination blurred in the unsettling glow. Alone in the silence, Emily heard unsettling whispers that seemed to emanate from the very walls of the house. In hushed tones, the voices spoke of forgotten secrets and buried regrets. Emily, gripped by a growing unease, questioned whether the whispers were a manifestation of her own isolation or something more malevolent that lurked within the confines of her home. As the night deepened, Emily became increasingly aware of a paranormal intrusion. Objects moved without explanation, and cold drafts swept through rooms, leaving behind an otherworldly chill. The solitude that had once been her sanctuary now felt like a breeding ground for unseen entities that reveled in her vulnerability. In the mirror, Emily saw haunting reflections that stirred a primal fear within her. The face staring back seemed distorted, as if a malevolent presence lingered just beyond the surface. The once familiar features contorted into grotesque expressions, and Emily questioned whether her solitude had opened a gateway to a darker reality. As Emily grappled with the paranormal disturbances, a malevolent entity revealed itself in glimpses. Shadows took on a sinister form, and the air crackled with an unsettling energy. The entity, a manifestation of the house's forgotten history, seemed intent on drawing Emily into its web of darkness. Emily, determined to confront the unseen forces, delved into the history of the house. She uncovered tales of tragedy and loss, stories that resonated with the paranormal activity that plagued her. The entity, once a specter of the past, now sought a connection with the living, its ethereal fingers reaching across the threshold between worlds. Desperate for answers, Emily attempted a seance to communicate with the malevolent entity. The air grew heavy with anticipation as she called out to the spirits that lingered within the house. In the flickering candlelight, whispers intensified, and the entity's presence became palpable, weaving a spectral tapestry that entwined with Emily's very essence. As the seance unfolded, Emily felt an ethereal connection with the malevolent entity. Visions of the past flashed before her eyes, revealing the tragic events that had left an indelible mark on the house. The entity, trapped between realms, sought solace in the living, and Emily, now a conduit for its pain, faced the dual challenge of unraveling the paranormal disturbances and providing closure to the restless spirit. That night, ominous dreams plagued Emily's sleep. Nightmares of the house's tormented history unfolded in a surreal dance of shadows and whispers. The malevolent entity, now a spectral guide through the corridors of its own suffering, beckoned Emily to uncover the truth that had long been concealed within the walls. Driven by the spectral revelations, Emily embarked on a haunting investigation into the house's past. Forgotten letters, hidden in dusty attics, spoke of heartache and betrayal. The entity, its presence growing more tangible, seemed to guide Emily through a labyrinth of forgotten memories that held the key to its release. As Emily pieced together the supernatural puzzle, she inadvertently became a catalyst for the entity's increasing power. The paranormal disturbances escalated, reaching a crescendo that rattled the very foundation of the house. Emily, caught in the midst of the supernatural maelstrom, struggled to maintain her grasp on reality as the malevolent entity sought to bridge the gap between the worlds. In a chilling revelation, Emily uncovered the demonic origins of the malevolent entity. Centuries-old rituals, enacted within the house's walls, had bound a dark force to the very fabric of the structure. The entity, now a vessel for the demonic essence, hungered for the life force of the living to sustain its ethereal existence. Armed with the knowledge of the entity's demonic origins, Emily faced a desperate confrontation. The malevolent force, now aware of her intrusion into its dark history, resisted her attempts to uncover the truth. Shadows twisted and contorted, and the air vibrated with an otherworldly menace as Emily sought to sever the entity's connection to the demonic realm. In the heart of the house, Emily engaged in an ethereal battle with the demonic entity. The very walls seemed to tremble as shadows clashed, and the air crackled with the energy of supernatural warfare. Emily, a mere mortal confronting demonic forces, grappled with the malevolent entity in a struggle that transcended the boundaries of the living and the dead. Determined to liberate the house from the demonic grip, Emily performed an exorcism that echoed through the empty halls. Words of ancient power resonated, and the entity writhed in agony as the exorcism sought to sever the ethereal tether that bound it to the demonic realm. The house, caught in the throes of the supernatural battle, seemed to groan under the weight of the cosmic forces at play. As the exorcism reached its climax, the veil between worlds began to unravel. Emily, standing at the epicenter of the ethereal storm, felt a surge of both terror and determination. The malevolent entity, now on the precipice of expulsion, unleashed a final onslaught of supernatural fury in a desperate attempt to maintain its grip on the house. In a burst of ethereal light, the demonic entity retreated, vanquished by the power of the exorcism. Shadows recoiled, and the air, once thick with malevolence, cleared as the demonic force relinquished its hold. Emily, exhausted and battered by the supernatural ordeal, stood amidst the quiet aftermath, the house now free from the demonic taint that had plagued it for centuries. In the wake of the supernatural battle, the house stood in silent echoes of the cosmic struggle that had unfolded within its walls. The paranormal disturbances ceased, and the once empty halls now exuded an eerie tranquility. Emily, forever changed by the ethereal confrontation, felt a sense of both triumph and melancholy as she contemplated the price paid to liberate the house from its demonic legacy. Though the demonic entity had been expelled, the lingering presence remained within the house. Emily, now attuned to the supernatural currents that flowed through the structure, sensed the residual echoes of the malevolent force. The house, scared by its dark history, bore the silent imprint of the cosmic battle that had unfolded between the living and the demonic. In the days that followed, Emily grappled with the tainted legacy left behind by the demonic entity. The house, once a sanctuary of solitude, now held a spectral imprint that lingered in the empty halls. The paranormal disturbances, though quelled, left an indelible mark on the very essence of the structure, a testament to the supernatural struggle that had unfolded within its confines. As Emily continued to dwell within the house, she maintained an ongoing vigil against the resurgence of the demonic forces. The supernatural battle, though won, had left the veil between worlds fragile, and the lingering presence within the house served as a constant reminder of the delicate balance between the living and the ethereal. In the reflective surface of a window, Emily caught a haunted reflection that mirrored the house's scared legacy. The once familiar features now bore the weight of the supernatural ordeal, and Emily questioned whether the battle against the demonic entity had truly reached its conclusion. The lingering presence, like a silent whisper in the wind, hinted at the possibility that the cosmic forces at play were far from dormant. In the quiet moments of solitude, Emily grappled with unanswered questions that lingered in the recesses of her mind. The demonic entity, vanquished but not entirely eradicated, left behind a trail of mysteries that extended beyond the boundaries of the house. The ongoing vigil, now a solitary quest for understanding, compelled Emily to delve deeper into the arcane forces that had shaped the supernatural struggle within the walls of her once solitary home. As Emily delved into the arcane forces that lingered within her home, She became increasingly attuned to ephemeral whispers that seemed to permeate the very air. The residual echoes of the demonic entity manifested in cryptic messages that flickered at the edge of her perception. Emily, driven by a relentless curiosity, listened intently, hoping to unravel the secrets that lay hidden within the spectral murmurs. In her quest for answers, Emily discovered a collection of ancient occult manuscripts hidden within the depths of the house. Dusty tomes, adorned with cryptic symbols and forbidden knowledge, spoke of the demonic entity's origins and the cosmic forces that governed its malevolence. The manuscripts, though written in esoteric languages, held the key to understanding the supernatural forces that had left an indelible mark on her home. Guided by the insights gleaned from the occult manuscripts, Emily embarked on astral journeys into the realms beyond the physical. Her ethereal form traversed the cosmic currents, seeking the origin point of the demonic entity. The astral landscapes, surreal and otherworldly, revealed glimpses of a dimension where malevolence intertwined with ancient cosmic energies. Within the astral realms, Emily encountered celestial gateways, portals that connected the mortal plane to cosmic dimensions. These gateways, guarded by celestial sentinels, held the secrets of the interplay between the living and the supernatural. Emily, now a traveler between worlds, navigated the celestial gateways in her quest to unveil the true nature of the demonic entity that had haunted her home. As Emily explored the celestial gateways, she encountered cosmic archivists, beings of immense knowledge who documented the unfolding tapestry of existence. The archivists, ancient entities with eyes that seemed to hold the wisdom of eons, revealed fragments of the demonic entity's cosmic history. Emily, humbled by the vastness of the celestial archive, sought to comprehend the interwoven destinies that shaped the supernatural struggle within her home. Guided by the celestial archivists, Emily discovered an eldritch nexus, a convergence point of cosmic energies that served as the origin of the demonic entity. The nexus pulsated with an otherworldly brilliance, and Emily sensed the echoes of ancient rituals that had bound the malevolent force to the mortal plane. The cosmic forces, entangled with the demonic essence, seemed to dance in a cosmic symphony that transcended mortal comprehension. Within the eldritch nexus, Emily uncovered the forbidden rites that had summoned the demonic entity into her home. Arcane sigils etched into the fabric of reality, spoken incantations that resonated with ancient power. Each element of the ritual served as a conduit for the malevolent force. Emily, now an unwilling witness to the cosmic machinations that shaped her reality, felt the weight of the forbidden rites that had tethered the demonic entity to the mortal realm. The celestial archivists, recognizing Emily's quest for understanding, summoned her to a celestial tribunal, a cosmic gathering where the fates of mortal and supernatural entities were deliberated. The tribunal, a convergence of celestial beings and cosmic arbiters, questioned the implications of the forbidden rites that had disrupted the delicate balance between worlds. Emily, a mortal in the presence of celestial judgments, faced the consequences of the interplay between her actions and the cosmic forces at play. In the celestial tribunal, Emily underwent an ethereal judgment that weighed the repercussions of the forbidden rites. The cosmic arbiters, with eyes that bore witness to the vast expanse of time, deliberated the fate of the demonic entity and the lingering presence within her home. Emily, her mortal essence laid bare before the celestial gaze, awaited the ethereal judgment that would determine the course of her reality. After a cosmic deliberation that transcended the boundaries of mortal understanding, the celestial tribunal rendered its verdict. The demonic entity, bound by forbidden rites and ensnared in the eldritch nexus, would be granted a chance at redemption. The cosmic forces, guided by the wisdom of the celestial arbiters, sought to restore the delicate balance between the living and the supernatural. Empowered by the cosmic verdict, Emily embarked on a journey to facilitate the ethereal redemption of the demonic entity. Guided by celestial emissaries, she delved into the eldritch nexus to unravel the threads of malevolence that had ensnared the entity within her home. The supernatural struggle, now infused with the possibility of redemption, unfolded in a cosmic tapestry where mortal and ethereal destinies intersected. In the heart of the Eldritch Nexus, Emily engaged in astral alchemy, an intricate process that sought to transmute the malevolence of the demonic entity into ethereal redemption. Arcane energies pulsed through the cosmic currents, and the very fabric of reality seemed to ripple with the potential for transformation. Emily, a catalyst for the astral alchemy, faced the challenge of orchestrating a cosmic symphony that harmonized with the celestial forces at play. As the astral alchemy reached its crescendo, a transcendent resonance echoed through the Eldritch Nexus. The malevolent essence of the demonic entity, now entwined with the celestial energies, underwent a transformative process. Shadows danced in a spectral ballet, and the air vibrated with the cosmic symphony of redemption. Emily, caught in the currents of the transcendent resonance, witnessed the ethereal transformation that unfolded within the Eldritch Nexus. In the aftermath of the transcendent resonance, the Eldritch Nexus pulsed with celestial harmonics that resonated through the cosmic dimensions. The demonic entity, once a force of malevolence, now radiated with ethereal redemption. The celestial forces, satisfied with the cosmic symphony orchestrated by Emily, wove the transformed essence of the entity into the fabric of the Eldritch Nexus, a testament to the delicate balance restored between the living and the supernatural. As Emily emerged from the Eldritch Nexus, she witnessed the creation of an ethereal tapestry that bore the imprint of the cosmic struggle and redemption. The celestial harmonics, interwoven with mortal destinies, manifested in patterns that defied mortal comprehension. The lingering presence within her home, now touched by the ethereal transformation, became a silent guardian over the delicate balance between the living and the supernatural. In the celestial aftermath, Emily sensed celestial threads that connected the mortal plane to the cosmic dimensions. The ethereal tapestry, a living testament to the astral alchemy and transcendent resonance, served as a reminder of the cosmic forces that bound her reality. The celestial threads, woven into the very fabric of existence, hinted at the interconnected destinies that transcended the boundaries between worlds. As Emily contemplated the celestial threads, she realized the ethereal convergence that had shaped her journey. The demonic entity, once a malevolent force, had undergone a transformation that resonated with the cosmic harmonics. Emily, forever changed by the astral alchemy and transcendent resonance, became a beacon of the delicate balance maintained by mortal and celestial forces. In the celestial realms, celestial guardians watched over the ethereal convergence with an otherworldly gaze. Beings of cosmic significance, they observed the delicate balance between the living and the supernatural. The ethereal tapestry, now a testament to the transformative power of redemption, echoed through the cosmic dimensions as a beacon of hope for those caught in the interplay between mortal destinies and celestial threads. As time unfolded, the cosmic whispers lingered within Emily's home. The ethereal tapestry, woven with the threads of redemption, served as a silent reminder of the cosmic struggle that had played out within the walls. The celestial guardians, ever watchful over the delicate balance, whispered secrets that transcended the boundaries of mortal understanding. A cosmic narrative that continued to unfold in the vast expanse of existence. In the cosmic epilogue, Emily's home became a sanctuary touched by the celestial forces that governed the delicate balance between the living and the supernatural. The ethereal tapestry, a living testament to the astral alchemy and transcendent resonance, unfolded as a cosmic narrative that transcended the boundaries of mortal understanding. Emily, forever connected to the celestial threads, faced an unknown future shaped by the eternal dance of mortal destinies and the ethereal convergence that had transformed her reality. In the heart of Ravenscroft, an ancient cemetery stood as a testament to the town's history. Tombstones, weathered by the passage of time, whispered secrets of those who rested beneath the earth. As twilight fell, an eerie fog cloaked the graveyard, and shadows seemed to dance among the graves, creating an atmosphere of spectral anticipation. Amidst the tombstones, a forgotten mausoleum concealed itself in the shadows. The wrought iron gate creaked open with a haunting resonance, inviting those who dared to step into the realm of the forgotten. Locals spoke of the mausoleum with hushed tones, warning that its occupants held secrets that should remain undisturbed. A group of curious friends, drawn by the allure of the macabre, decided to explore the cemetery at night. Armed with flashlights and emboldened by youthful bravado, they approached the forgotten mausoleum. Unbeknownst to them, the cemetery held a history of restless spirits longing to be heard. As the trespassers entered the mausoleum, a chill settled in the air. Shadows clung to the stone walls, and the air felt charged with an otherworldly energy. The friends, oblivious to the unseen eyes watching, ventured deeper into the tomb, unaware that the spirits within had awakened from their silent slumber. Within the mausoleum, the trespassers felt an unearthly presence. Whispers echoed through the narrow corridors, and the temperature dropped to a bone-chilling cold. The friends, gripped by a growing unease, hesitated to proceed, but an invisible force seemed to compel them deeper into the heart of the forgotten tomb. As the friends delved further, the mausoleum seemed to resonate with the echoes of the past. Ghostly apparitions flickered in the periphery of their vision, and the air pulsed with the energy of the restless spirits. The trespassers, now trapped in a spectral realm, struggled to comprehend the unfolding nightmare. Unbeknownst to the trespassers, the cemetery held a long-forgotten curse. Centuries ago, a tragic event had occurred, leaving the spirits entwined with the very fabric of the graveyard. The friends, unwittingly awakening the restless souls, became pawns in a supernatural drama that transcended time. In the moonlit cemetery, the ghostly apparitions materialized. Figures in tattered funeral attire wandered among the tombstones, their faces etched with sorrow. The trespassers, now witnesses to the spectral congregation, felt a palpable despair that clung to the night air. As the veil between the living and the dead thinned, the trespassers found themselves entangled in a realm where time held no sway. The ghostly figures, unable to move on, sought solace through the living. The friends, their expressions mirroring the despair of the spirits, struggled against an unseen force that bound them to the graveyard's curse. The spirits, burdened by the weight of unfinished business, revealed their stories to the trespassers. Tales of love lost, lives cut short, and the injustice that had befallen them echoed through the mausoleum. The friends, now ensnared in the haunting narratives, felt the unseen burdens of the graveyard's tormented souls. As the night wore on, the trespassers uncovered the tragic histories that bound the spirits to the cemetery. Each revelation deepened the connection between the living and the dead, forging an ethereal link that transcended the boundaries of mortality. The friends, now both witnesses and participants in the graveyard's curse, sought a way to free themselves from the spectral chains that bound them. Realizing the perilous situation, the friends attempted to escape the mausoleum. Yet the graveyard's curse, fueled by centuries of unresolved anguish, resisted their efforts. The tombstones seemed to shift, creating a labyrinth of shadows that disoriented the trespassers. The spirits, their spectral forms intermingling with the living, manifested in a desperate plea for release. In the heart of the mausoleum, an ethereal convergence unfolded. The trespassers, surrounded by the sorrowful spirits, faced a choice: to succumb to the graveyard's curse or to find a way to bring peace to the restless souls. The spectral figures, their features etched with longing, waited for the living to determine their collective fate. Guided by an otherworldly compulsion, one of the friends discovered an ancient ritual etched into the walls of the mausoleum. The ritual, a ceremony of redemption, held the key to breaking the graveyard's curse. The friends, now bound by a shared destiny with the spirits, embarked on the arduous task of performing the ritual that would either free them or forever intertwine their fates with the cemetery's haunted legacy. As the friends conducted the ritual, the mausoleum pulsed with eldritch energy. Shadows danced, and the air resonated with the sorrowful melodies of the spirits. The graveyard's curse, now confronted by the living and the dead, reached a critical juncture that would determine the fate of both realms. In a surge of ethereal brilliance, the spirits began to depart. One by one, the ghostly figures faded into the night, their expressions transformed from sorrow to peace. The graveyard's curse, now lifted by the ritual of redemption, relinquished its hold on the living and the dead. As the first light of dawn touched the cemetery, the friends emerged from the mausoleum. The graveyard, once shrouded in spectral gloom, now basked in the serene glow of morning. The tombstones, silent witnesses to the midnight ordeal, stood as sentinels over a graveyard liberated from the shackles of an ancient curse. The spirits, having found peace, lingered for a fleeting moment before dissipating into the dawn. The friends, forever changed by the spectral encounter, felt a silent gratitude from the departed souls. The cemetery, now free from the haunting shadows, embraced the new day with an air of tranquility. In the aftermath of the midnight ordeal, the cemetery bore the scars of its cursed legacy. The tombstones, weathered and worn, whispered tales of the supernatural struggle that had unfolded. The friends, marked by the spectral encounter, carried the weight of the graveyard's haunted history in their hearts. As time passed, the friends struggled to reconcile the reality of the spectral encounter with the skepticism of the living world. The memories of the midnight ordeal, like an eclipse between the mundane and the supernatural, lingered in their minds, forever casting a shadow over the normalcy of their lives. In the years that followed, the cemetery stood as a silent guardian over the town of Ravenscroft. The tombstones, etched with the memories of the spectral encounter, served as a reminder of the delicate balance between the living and the dead. The friends, forever bound by the haunted legacy, kept a silent vigil over the graveyard that had once held them captive. Though the spectral encounter faded into the annals of local legend, the echoes of that fateful night lingered. Whispers of the graveyard's curse, passed down through generations, became an unseen presence that wove itself into the fabric of Ravenscroft. The cemetery, forever marked by the supernatural struggle, stood as a testament to the enduring mysteries that lay beneath the surface of the mundane world. As night fell over Ravenscroft, the cemetery cast long shadows that seemed to dance with unseen spirits. The tombstones, silent witnesses to the spectral encounter, reflected the pale moonlight. Those who passed by felt an inexplicable chill, as if the graveyard's haunted history whispered through the night, waiting for the curious to uncover the mysteries that lay beneath the surface. In the heart of Ravenscroft, the cemetery remained an eternal enigma. The living, though unaware of the spectral encounter that had unfolded, felt a subtle unease when they wandered among the tombstones. The graveyard, a repository of both the forgotten and the remembered, stood as a testament to the enduring legacy of the supernatural struggle that had left its mark on the very soul of Ravenscroft. Over the years, the tale of the graveyard's spectral encounter became a cryptic legacy, whispered among the townsfolk with a mixture of fascination and trepidation. Local folklore held that those who dared to explore the cemetery at night might catch a glimpse of the lingering spirits or hear the faint echoes of the ritual that had lifted the curse. As Ravenscroft became a haven for paranormal enthusiasts, occult investigators descended upon the town, drawn by the cryptic legacy of the cemetery. Among them was Professor Samuel Hawthorne, an expert in ancient curses and supernatural phenomena. He arrived with a determination to unravel the mysteries that clung to the graveyard. Professor Hawthorne, armed with arcane knowledge and a keen intuition, sensed the unseen energies that permeated the cemetery. He conducted experiments, analyzed the residual traces of eldritch energy, and interviewed those who claimed to have experienced supernatural phenomena. The graveyard's cryptic legacy, now under scrutiny by an expert in the occult, seemed poised to reveal even deeper mysteries. During his investigations, Professor Hawthorne discovered forgotten artifacts within the cemetery, objects infused with residual energy from the spectral encounter. Among them was an ancient amulet, believed to have played a crucial role in the ritual of redemption. The professor, recognizing the significance of the artifacts, delved into their history to unravel the cryptic legacy further. In his quest for knowledge, Professor Hawthorne explored the town's occult archives. Dusty tomes and ancient manuscripts revealed snippets of lore about the graveyard's curse, hinting at an ancient pact and a tragic event that had initiated the supernatural struggle. The cryptic legacy, now intertwined with historical accounts, beckoned the professor deeper into the labyrinth of Ravenscroft's occult history. As Professor Hawthorne continued his investigations, he sensed astral connections lingering within the cemetery. Ethereal threads, remnants of the ritual of redemption, wove through the tombstones and mausoleums. The professor, with a dawning realization, understood that the cryptic legacy extended beyond the physical realm, into the very fabric of the supernatural. In a secluded chamber within the occult archives, Professor Hawthorne uncovered an ancient grimoire that held eldritch revelations about the graveyard's curse. The text spoke of a cosmic balance disturbed by the tragic event that had initiated the supernatural struggle. The cryptic legacy, now illuminated by forbidden knowledge, revealed a cosmic tapestry woven with threads of fate and malevolence. Empowered by the eldritch revelations, Professor Hawthorne embarked on an astral projection into the cemetery. His ethereal form floated among the tombstones, guided by the unseen energies that lingered. The cryptic legacy, now a living tapestry of spectral imprints and astral echoes, unfolded before the professor's otherworldly senses. Within the astral realm, the professor encountered the spirits of Ravenscroft's haunted past. Each ghostly figure, still tethered to the cemetery by the cryptic legacy, narrated its own tale of tragedy and redemption. The professor, a witness to the spectral narratives, understood that the graveyard's curse was a reflection of cosmic forces that transcended mortal comprehension. As Professor Hawthorne explored the astral connections, he discovered a celestial entanglement, a cosmic web woven with threads of destiny and malevolence. The graveyard's cryptic legacy, now intertwined with the celestial tapestry, became a microcosm of the eternal struggle between light and darkness. The professor, a mere mortal in the vast expanse of cosmic forces, felt the weight of the revelations that unfolded before him. Guided by the celestial entanglement, Professor Hawthorne discovered an astral nexus within the cemetery, an otherworldly focal point where the threads of fate converge. The cryptic legacy, now bound to the cosmic energies, pulsed with eldritch power. The professor, standing at the threshold of the astral nexus, faced a choice: to unravel the cryptic legacy's secrets or to succumb to the unfathomable forces that awaited beyond. In a cosmic confluence of energies, the professor delved into the astral nexus. Shadows coalesced, and the very fabric of reality seemed to unravel. The graveyard's cryptic legacy, now laid bare in the cosmic tapestry, revealed its ultimate purpose: a convergence of mortal and celestial destinies that defied the boundaries between life and death. As the professor navigated the astral nexus, he encountered celestial entities, beings of cosmic significance drawn by the disturbance in the celestial tapestry. The cryptic legacy, a focal point of mortal and celestial energies, faced a reckoning that would determine the eternal balance between the forces that govern the universe. In the heart of the astral nexus, a cosmic alchemy unfolded. The professor, a conduit of mortal will within the celestial confluence, became an agent of change. The graveyard's cryptic legacy, now subjected to the cosmic forces, underwent a transformative process that transcended the boundaries of the supernatural. The professor, a mortal scholar touched by the celestial, felt the surge of power as the cryptic legacy shifted in response to the cosmic reckoning. As the cosmic alchemy reached its zenith, an astral resonance emanated from the cemetery. The tombstones, infused with celestial energies, glowed with an otherworldly light. The spirits, now freed from the shackles of the cryptic legacy, ascended into the astral realms. Ravenscroft, caught in the embrace of the cosmic forces, stood at the threshold of a new era shaped by the celestial alchemy. In the aftermath of the cosmic reckoning, the celestial tapestry underwent a subtle transformation. The graveyard's cryptic legacy, now woven into the cosmic fabric, became a testament to the delicate balance maintained by mortal and celestial forces. The professor, having played a pivotal role in the celestial alchemy, carried the knowledge of the cryptic legacy's ultimate purpose, a cosmic tapestry that embraced both the mysteries of the supernatural and the eternal dance of celestial forces. Ravenscroft, forever changed by the cosmic alchemy, embraced a transcendent harmony that resonated through the town and the cemetery. The tombstones, now imbued with celestial energies, stood as beacons of the delicate equilibrium between the living and the dead. The cryptic legacy, once a source of fear and fascination, became a symbol of the cosmic dance that united mortal destinies with celestial threads. In the silent moments that followed the cosmic reckoning, Ravenscroft ascended into a new understanding of its place within the vast expanse of the universe. The town, touched by the celestial forces, carried the silent ascendance of the graveyard's cryptic legacy in its collective consciousness. The professor, forever changed by his astral journey, became a guardian of the transcendent harmony that bound the town to the cosmic tapestry. As time passed, the celestial watchers lingered over Ravenscroft. Beings of cosmic significance, they observed the town with an otherworldly gaze. The graveyard's cryptic legacy, now an integral part of the celestial tapestry, continued to shape the destiny of Ravenscroft in ways beyond mortal comprehension. The celestial watchers, silent guardians of the delicate balance, ensured that the transcendent harmony endured through the ages. In the eternal dance of the cosmos, the celestial weave enveloped Ravenscroft. The town, forever bound to the graveyard's cryptic legacy, thrived within the delicate balance of mortal and celestial energies. The tombstones, etched with the stories of the supernatural struggle and cosmic alchemy, stood as testaments to the enduring harmony that transcended the boundaries between the living and the dead. As the cosmic tapestry continued to weave its intricate patterns, Ravenscroft embraced the cosmic epilogue of the graveyard's cryptic legacy. The town, touched by the transcendent harmony, faced an unknown future shaped by the eternal dance of mortal and celestial forces. The tombstones, now infused with the cosmic weave, whispered secrets that echoed through the ages, a reminder that the cryptic legacy, though veiled in mystery, was an integral part of the celestial narrative that unfolded within the heart of Ravenscroft. In the small, unsuspecting town of Ravenswood, where the veil between the mundane and the supernatural was thinner than most dared to acknowledge, a curious relic emerged from the shadows. The Ebon Grimoire. Rumored to hold dark secrets and eldritch incantations, the ancient tome found its way into the hands of Professor Adrian Blackwood, an occult historian drawn to the forbidden knowledge it promised. As Professor Blackwood delved into the pages of the Ebon Grimoire, a sinister force awakened. Unseen by mortal eyes, a demonic entity stirred, drawn by the scent of forbidden knowledge. The professor, unaware of the malevolent presence lurking in the shadows, unwittingly unleashed a horror that would consume Ravenswood. In the dead of night, whispers echoed through Ravenswood, a chilling symphony of voices that spoke of ancient pacts and demonic bargains. The townsfolk, unsettled by the unnerving sounds, dismissed them as mere figments of imagination. Little did they know that the whispers were the first tendrils of the demonic entity's influence. Drawn to the allure of power, a desperate soul in Ravenswood succumbed to the whispers. Ignorant of the malevolent force behind the haunting voices, the townsfolk entered into a profane bargain, unknowingly sealing their fate. The demonic entity reveled in the growing web of corruption that spread like a cancer through the town. As the demonic entity fed on the tainted souls of Ravenswood, the veil between dimensions grew thinner. Shadows danced with unnatural fervor, and the air itself became charged with an otherworldly energy. The townsfolk, now puppets in a malevolent play, felt the darkening veil suffocate their once peaceful lives. The demon, drawn to the mortal realm by the Ebon Grimoire's forbidden lore, took on a deceptive guise. Cloaked in shadows and disguised among the townsfolk, It observed their lives with an insatiable hunger. The demonic entity reveled in the chaos it sowed, manipulating events like a malevolent puppeteer pulling invisible strings. As the town descended into madness, paranormal investigators arrived in Ravenswood. Among them was Cassandra Hart, a clairvoyant with an innate ability to sense the supernatural. Unbeknownst to her, the demonic entity watched from the shadows, intrigued by the prospect of a worthy adversary. Cassandra, haunted by vivid visions of demonic sigils and ethereal whispers, delved into the occult mysteries that plagued Ravenswood. The townsfolk, now trapped in a waking nightmare, sought refuge in the shadows as the demonic entity reveled in the chaos it had orchestrated. In her quest for the truth, Cassandra uncovered the profane bargain that bound Ravenswood to the demonic entity. The Ebon Grimoire, once a key to forbidden knowledge, now became a cursed artifact, a conduit through which the demon's influence permeated every corner of the town. Armed with occult knowledge and an unwavering determination, Cassandra sought to confront the demonic entity. As she delved into the Ebon Grimoire's secrets, the demon, amused by her audacity, revealed itself. The confrontation became a battle of wills, with the fate of Ravenswood hanging in the balance. In an eldritch battle that transcended the mortal plane, Cassandra faced the demonic entity. Shadows twisted and contorted, and the air pulsed with malevolent energy. The very fabric of reality seemed to unravel as the clairvoyant and the demon engaged in a struggle that echoed through the dimensions. The eldritch battle, though fierce, ended in a deadlock. The demonic entity, unable to fully manifest in the mortal realm, retaliated by intensifying its grip on the townsfolk. Madness descended like a shroud, and the once sane residents succumbed to hallucinations and delusions. As the demonic entity strained against the confines of the mortal realm, the veil between dimensions fractured. Reality itself trembled, and the very foundation of Ravenswood became a battleground for the supernatural forces at play. Cassandra, now burdened by the weight of the town's despair, sought a way to mend the fractured veil and banish the demon once and for all. In a desperate bid to restore balance, Cassandra sought out forgotten rituals and ancient incantations. Guided by spectral visions and ethereal voices, she embarked on an eldritch journey to mend the fractured veil. The town, now on the brink of madness, awaited the outcome of her otherworldly quest. In a secluded ritual site, Cassandra performed the Mystic Convergence, a powerful incantation meant to mend the fractured veil. The very air trembled with eldritch energy, and the demonic entity, sensing its imminent banishment, fought against the impending expulsion. As the Mystic Convergence reached its zenith, the fractured veil began to mend. The demonic entity, unable to withstand the eldritch forces, howled in agony as it was banished back to the depths from which it came. The shadows that clung to Ravenswood dissipated, and the town emerged from the abyss of madness. In the aftermath of the banishment, Cassandra stood amidst the now silent town. The air, once heavy with malevolence, became breathable again. The townsfolk, freed from the demonic influence, awoke from the nightmare that had ensnared them. Realizing the danger that the Ebon Grimoire posed, Cassandra sought to ensure its rest. With an understanding of its dark potential, she concealed the ancient tome in a place where its forbidden knowledge would remain dormant. The relic, now guarded against unwary hands, became a testament to the enduring vigilance required to protect the veil between worlds. As Ravenswood returned to a semblance of normalcy, the townsfolk bore the scars of their ordeal. The silent vigil of those who had witnessed the supernatural struggle served as a reminder of the fragility of the veil that separated their world from the eldritch horrors that lurked beyond. Cassandra, having weathered the supernatural storm, left Ravenswood with the weight of its occult legacy on her shoulders. The town, forever marked by the demonic entity's influence, stood as a cautionary tale, a testament to the insidious forces that could breach the veil between worlds. As Cassandra departed, the echoes of the eldritch battle resonated through Ravenswood. The townsfolk, forever changed by the ordeal, carried the ominous resonance of the supernatural struggle in their hearts, The veil, though mended, bore the scars of the demonic entity's brief intrusion into the mortal realm. Despite the return to normalcy, lingering shadows clung to Ravenswood. The once curious town, now scared by the demonic entity's malevolence, faced an uncertain future. The silent vigil continued, a testament to the enduring awareness required to guard against the encroaching darkness. In the years that followed, Ravenswood endured. The town, marked by its occult legacy, became a beacon of caution for those who dared to explore the forbidden realms of the supernatural. The veil, though tested, proved its endurance against the malevolent forces that sought to breach its boundaries. As Ravenswood stood on the precipice of normalcy and the supernatural, unseen watchers lingered in the shadows, the eldritch battle, though a distant memory, served as a reminder that the veil between worlds was a fragile barrier, one that required eternal vigilance to safeguard against the lurking horrors that waited beyond. The residents of Ravenswood, forever changed by their brush with the supernatural, understood the eternal struggle that defined their town. The veil, a boundary between the seen and the unseen, symbolized the delicate balance required to navigate the mysteries of the occult without succumbing to the malevolent forces that lurked in the shadows. Ravenswood, with its enduring spirit, faced an uncertain but hopeful future. The town, having weathered the eldritch storm, became a testament to the resilience of the living against the unseen. The silent watchers, their vigil eternal, bore witness to the town's enduring legacy, a legacy shaped by the supernatural struggle that had unfolded in the shadowy corners of Ravenswood. As Ravenswood continued its uneasy existence, whispers lingered in the air, remnants of the malevolent force that had once seized the town. Those who listened closely could hear ethereal echoes, a haunting reminder of the eldritch battle that had played out in the shadows. The townsfolk, though scared by the ordeal, began to rebuild their lives. Yet, some claimed to catch glimpses of shadowy figures in the corners of their vision, and others spoke of dreams haunted by the lingering presence of the demonic entity. The veil, though mended, bore the scars of an ancient struggle that refused to fade entirely. Word of Ravenswood's supernatural plight spread beyond its borders. Paranormal investigators and occult scholars flocked to the town, drawn by the allure of the eldritch battle that had unfolded. Among them was Dr. Evelyn Sinclair, a renowned expert in demonology, who arrived with the determination to uncover the town's lingering mysteries. Dr. Sinclair, armed with a vast knowledge of the supernatural, delved into Ravenswood's history. The townsfolk, wary yet willing to share their tales, recounted the harrowing events that had transpired. As Dr. Sinclair sifted through the whispers and remnants of the malevolent force, she sensed an unsettling energy that clung to Ravenswood like a shroud. As Dr. Sinclair conducted her investigations, tensions simmered beneath the surface of Ravenswood. The lingering shadows, though subdued, still held a spectral resonance. Unseen forces tugged at the veil, testing its endurance and revealing that the malevolent entity's banishment had not erased its influence entirely. In the midst of Dr. Sinclair's inquiries, signs of an eldritch resurgence emerged. Strange phenomena returned. Whispers intensified, shadows deepened, and the air once again crackled with an otherworldly energy. The veil, weakened by the past ordeal, quivered as the malevolent force sought to exploit its vulnerabilities. Sensing the encroaching darkness, Dr. Sinclair gathered a group of experts in the occult. Together, they conducted a paranormal convergence, a ritual meant to strengthen the veil and ward off the malevolent entity's resurgence. The townsfolk, both fearful and hopeful, watched as the experts chanted incantations and performed arcane gestures. As the ritual unfolded, an astral fortress materialized on the outskirts of Ravenswood. A barrier of shimmering energy surrounded the town, a safeguard against the eldritch forces that sought to breach the veil. The townsfolk, their eyes wide with a mixture of awe and trepidation, witnessed the manifestation of a protective barrier woven from the very fabric of the supernatural. Within the astral fortress, ethereal wardens stood vigilant, Spirits bound to the task of guarding Ravenswood against malevolent entities, they'd patrolled the edges of the Vale, ensuring that the eldritch forces remained at bay. The wardens, their forms flickering with otherworldly light, became the silent protectors of the town's fragile equilibrium. As the astral fortress held strong, a silent struggle unfolded between the ethereal wardens and the malevolent force. Shadows danced along the edges of the barrier, attempting to find weak points and exploit the town's vulnerabilities. The Vale quivered under the strain, and the townsfolk, though shielded by the protective barrier, felt the subtle tremors of the unseen battle. In the dead of night, the Vale thinned. Dr. Sinclair, attuned to the supernatural currents, sensed an impending unveiling, a moment when the eldritch forces would make their presence known. The townsfolk, cloaked in a mixture of anticipation and fear, awaited the revelation that would determine Ravenswood's fate. As the unseen struggle reached its zenith, the demonic entity sought to manifest once more. Shadows coalesced, and an otherworldly silhouette emerged on the outskirts of Ravenswood. The ethereal wardens, resolute in their duty, confronted the malevolent force, engaging in a silent battle that transcended the mortal plane. In the astral realm, the wardens faced the demonic manifestation. The air crackled with supernatural energy as the wardens, guardians of the Vale, confronted the malevolent force that sought to breach the town's defenses. The townsfolk, their eyes wide with a mixture of dread and fascination, bore witness to the ethereal confrontation that unfolded beyond their perception. In an ethereal exorcism, the wardens chanted incantations that resonated through the astral fortress. Light clashed with darkness, and the very fabric of the supernatural trembled under the strain. Dr. Sinclair, guided by her expertise in demonology, played a crucial role in directing the wardens' efforts to banish the malevolent force once and for all. With an otherworldly surge of power, the wardens banished the demonic entity. Shadows recoiled, and the malevolent force dissipated into the astral abyss. The Vale, though strained, held firm, and the astral fortress stood as a testament to the town's resilience against the encroaching darkness. As the aftershocks of the ethereal confrontation subsided, Ravenswood stood on the precipice of a new beginning. The townsfolk, though wearied by the supernatural struggle, felt a sense of triumph as the astral fortress remained steadfast. Dr. Sinclair, her expertise acknowledged, became a figure of respect among the townspeople. In the quiet moments that followed, the ethereal wardens silently watched over Ravenswood. The townsfolk, grateful for the protection offered by the astral fortress, carried a silent gratitude in their hearts. The Vale, though tested, endured, and the town emerged from the ordeal with a newfound understanding of the delicate balance required to coexist with the supernatural. With the malevolent force banished once more, the ethereal wardens continued their ongoing vigil. The astral fortress, now a permanent fixture on the outskirts of Ravenswood, served as a reminder of the town's enduring struggle against the unseen. The Vale, though scared by the ethereal battles, held firm against the eldritch forces that perpetually sought to breach its boundaries. As Ravenswood returned to a semblance of normalcy, the ethereal wardens became the silent watchers of the town's destiny. The townsfolk, forever changed by the supernatural struggles, carried the lessons of the eldritch battles in their hearts. The astral fortress, a beacon in the night, symbolized the enduring spirit of Ravenswood against the shadows that lurked beyond the Vale. In the years that followed, Ravenswood embraced its legacy as a town touched by the supernatural. The Vale, though forever scared, endured as a testament to the enduring resilience of the living against the unseen. The ethereal wardens, their silent watch continuing, became the guardians of Ravenswood's delicate equilibrium, a town forever marked by the eldritch battles that had unfolded within its shadowy confines.